Welcome back to Los Digitals,
Hello.
the only place on the internet where you can find three beaners on the pod. What is it?
I'm the third one.
Three
here.
beans in a pod with extra
The
special
three
guest,
beans
Digital
in the
Jeff.
pod.
He is
What's
back
up?
today, guys.
What's up?
So today we're gonna unpack a lot of stuff. Is the U.S. really clueless or ignorant? And AI personas are now landing brand deals. Well, they've been landing brand deals, and
I've been so let me interrupt you there because
Go ahead.
I predicted this
when
3
you
years
predict
ago.
this,
There's proof on the internet. I spoke about how one of the things that people need to do is build AI brands, AI personas.
it was always ahead of your times, huh?
And I was like, I want to build I said 15, but in reality, I could, you can build as many as you want. And you build everything from their personality to what they talk about, the genre, things that they're into.
Yeah.
You create your own person.
You create
And
your
that-
own dream character.
And that becomes a personal brand that now you can attach brands to it. So, been saying this, y'all need to be paying attention.
Yup. And the cool thing about that is, like, let's say you're getting canceled for because of that persona, you could like detach yourself from the character because you're like, oh, it's a character. You could like,
Or they won't even know it's you. Like,
yeah,
who's
they won't
really
know it's
behind
you
the
first of all.
character.
But like, let's say they find out who's behind this type of character, you could completely cover it up with like, but that's not me. Like, it's a part of the storyline of this character,
Wait, so you're saying like one of the benefits of having an AI character is you can get away with saying things that you
could,
personally
like-
don't want to say?
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Or like, let's
hiding
say-
behind the keyboard type of vibes.
Yes, like let's say you want to like, controversy or like saying certain stuff like rage baiting can get you a different type of fame now. Like, or you could use like with your characters, your AI personas that you make, you could use certain stuff like that to like spark that little flame in your character, the fame in it. You don't know, you could like blow off from there.
Like creating alter egos. I mean, I think
Yes.
that's cool, but definitely like dangerous. I see a lot of
It is dangerous.
I see a lot of things that could come from that I don't necessarily agree with in doing. I think the cool part about being able to create your own AI character is that you can the same way Disney created, like Walt Disney created Disney and his,
Yep.
all these characters, you can do the same, right? But with your
Yeah.
imagination. I think that's where the cool thing is. You create your
Yeah.
own universe, your own world.
Yeah, so getting more into it. So one of the first AI personas that was like very professional and well thought out was Lil Maquela.
Yeah.
And everyone knows she was introduced back in 2016, right? So
I guess so.
what do you mean you guess so?
No, like I think so. I remember seeing her like a long time
Yeah,
ago.
she popped up like around that time. But what everyone thought was like this girl was just like for like jokes or for entertainment.
Or I think people would argue that that if she was like real or not. Like, is she real?
Oh yeah, there was an argument that if she was real, and then people like just put like a filter over her. But I really thought I was like, there's no way she's real. Like, she's too
Yeah.
animated.
That's
I
true.
mean, yeah, and that was what 2016. That's 9 years
Yeah.
ago. So
Yeah.
think about it. 9 years ago, this was already if you think about it, it's already a thing.
already
So
a thing.
now we're at the point where anybody can create their own AI
Yeah.
brand,
Yeah.
right? There's, in fact, like it's gotten to the point where there's people monetizing OnlyFans accounts through AI personas.
That's
Oh
wild.
yeah, I've
That's
heard of
wild.
that.
Yeah,
That's-
so
If y'all didn't think of it, just an idea out there.
That's messed up though. What the heck?
it is messed up, but at the end of the day, it's like it's a digital version of something that for whatever reason, and I don't judge it. I'm not judging anybody. Like if you want to sign up for an AI OnlyFans,
Business is business.
yeah, business is up to you. Like that's your entertainment.
It's
That's
the
your
people who are
freedom.
buying it. Like,
So, but that's one of the main things that people are doing right now, like creating these AI personas, and I mean, obviously, I went down the rabbit hole, and
yeah.
I saw this whole series of videos that I can't remember her name right now, but anyway, she found this website where they were actually not even creating AI personas. They were using real photos of celebrities
Ooh.
and using replacing the face of these porn websites. So like these females had the face of like Scarlett Johansson or just you can think of any like influencer slash celebrity. They had a porn version of that. So
wait, that's sad.
that is sad. That is yeah.
That's messed up.
That is super messed up. But she found the guy. She actually found the guy that was behind all this, and it's ongoing right now. Like I don't know
it's
exactly.
Like one specific person who kind of started this chain.
You mean the researcher, or the investigator, or who? What are we talking about?
Like the person who started like
making those
type of AI.
I mean, I don't know if it's a specific person, but there's a specific website that's like the most popular one, where people go and see that type of content. And she found, technically, I will call him a kid because he's probably like 22, 23 year olds, 20-year-old. She found the kid that was actually behind.
Was he making money?
He's still living with his parents.
But was he making money from it?
I mean, I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming he was making a lot of money. So
is that illegal to do?
Wait, why was she? She was
definitely
like
in the illegal section of for sure going to jail.
That's like, what do you call that?
I don't know. It reminds me of Kim Kardashian. You know how she has like a tape leaked? Well, one of her kids was playing Roblox, and on Roblox it was like a server, and it was like named after that. Like,
Kim Kardashian's
and
sex tape.
Her little son, I think it was her little boy.
The
like,
thumbnail was like the picture of her crying.
Yeah. And then she's like, somebody's gonna get sued, and she's like, give this to me, and like she took it away, but she was like serious.
But how can somebody put that in Roblox? Isn't Roblox like meant for kids?
It's because it's meant for kids, but I guess they'll put like the little asterisks to like censor it. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like you would know.
Basically, those are predators that are taking advantage of kids. One of the things about there's many things to go into in this perspective, but like anything you put out in the internet, you no longer have control of how it gets used after you put it out. So whether it's a photo or a video, or in this case, Kim released a leaked, or I don't even know how that happened, but a sex tape that went viral. I had seen
a video where she was like, her mom was like, as her mom, I was so mad, but as her manager, I was like, oh my god.
Like what? Like manager? Like what? Like she started getting brand deals.
She got her bag.
Like, hell yeah! Like her mom was happy, or her manager,
the manager. Yeah, and think about it. So going back to like this idea of creating like influencers, right? Like what did Kris Jenner do? Like she created like every influencer, every one of her kids became some form of an influencer, and all of them built brands around them, like from Skims to like
Kylie
Cosmetics, Cloud now.
Didn't Kendall make like a tequila or something?
Yeah, A18.
A18. We actually have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what we drink over here. A18 and a Cloud with hot sauce.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I had seen on my For You page the other day where
what?
Hold on, I'm thinking. Okay, where Chloe had like a show about, I don't know what it was. It was about weight loss, or like what's within, but like through like your like cleansing your spirit or something like that. But like it's just what you were saying about how like
they build more businesses.
Yeah, they build more businesses out of one thing, like a pinpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we spoke about it in the first episode where we spoke about the Disney map.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like for those that don't know about it, like look up the Disney map, and we probably can link it down in the comments in the description. But like, if you have a character, a group of characters, Disney, what he did is he attached an ecosystem around those characters from different forms of business and revenues, where people can have access in different ways, like through movies or merch or music. And theme parks, etc. But that's really like what Kris Jenner was able to do with her daughters, and she was amazing that, because like I don't think people give her credit of how smart she actually is, and maybe I think people are getting more like giving them more credit because
they're less hateful about it now.
Yeah, because think about it, like if you don't have a parent or somebody in your circle that loves you and really cares about you, it's hard to get somebody to manage you the way she's managed like her daughters.
That's true. Like in the earlier seasons, I think Kendall had mentioned that she wanted to do modeling, and then she's like, "Oh, like, let me call some people.
Ooh,
Yeah, like
she got the connections.
yeah, like Kendall had her portfolio already, and it was just photos of her. And she's like, "Oh, these are really nice. Like, I'll call some people." Like, oh, she got it like that.
She got the connections.
Yeah, dude, imagine.
Yeah.
Aunt Chris, what's up? Hook it up. No, and that's the power of, building brands. And you guys know how hard it is to build a brand now that you've been like posting online. I think Jordan, you've had a lot of success with TikTok in the past. Like,
Oh yeah.
you've gone viral like so many different accounts and new styles of formats. So you know what it is, you know what it takes, but
it's always
to do it right is over a long period of time.
It's always the what, Jordan?
It's always like evolving the different ways that people like to watch content.
Yeah.
So you have to like also keep up with that. Can't stay outdated.
It's also the most random one was the Bodak.
My Bodak video got like 1 million something likes.
Yeah.
Which one was that one?
It had like millions of views.
It was like a video. I was serving Bodak on like a cutting board to Amory with like cups of ice.
Oh yes, I saw it.
And I was about to put it on the table, and it just like and like
slides.
And it didn't spill though.
Yeah, but because like the way it like cut off, I think that's why it was so. I mean, I think that's why I was like
funnier.
Yeah, I made it funnier because it was just like sliding off slowly, and Amory was just there smiling at him and watching it fall, and Jordan was like still recording. Like there was no like reaction, like nobody trying to save it. So it was like.
But yeah, that got 1 million likes. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and there's obviously like if you understand that, if you understand the psychology of like why that happened, right? You can replicate it and do more of it in different ways too. And, we're talking about these AI influencers, and there's so many ways to create content now with AI influencers. Like you can create a fake person, fake like image of a person.
And before you upload a video, it'll ask you, is there any AI or like, is there anything that's not, is there anything fake in your video? Like you have to specify what it, like, you have to let us know it's fake. You have to let us know, oh, this is AI. Like, you can't just upload it anymore. You have to, like...
For real?
Yeah, like, it asks you, like, is there AI?
Wait, why do they do that,
Is there fake persona? Is there fake footage?
Well, it's the first step in, like, censoring or protecting
Verifying.
people's... Yeah. There's got to be... we spoke about it in another episode, actually, like, let us know if we should build an app that's all, like, real people, right? Because it is kind of weird not knowing that it's an AI and then knowing after the fact that it was an AI. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're watching let's say you watch a video, right?
Yeah.
You follow that person, and once you follow that person, maybe days later, it is revealed to you that you've been watching an AI the whole time.
It's like, what the hell, Leonte?
That's freaky.
That's freaky, yeah. So, but if it'd probably be cool, it'd probably be okay and normalized, and I think that's the way it's gonna happen. If these accounts have a specific asterisk, like, or how there's verified, like blue check mark.
Yeah,
I think AIs would have like a green or a yellow check mark.
Oh,
that's interesting. Cool. Yeah.
Who's doing all that mumbo jumbo noise, bro?
No.
Oh, it's you, Big Bags. That mumbo jumbo, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So
me and Jenny had a professor together, and then he'd be like, "So much mumbo jumbo," and nobody would laugh at him. We would feel so bad, so we would like have to force a laugh out.
You're talking about college?
Yeah, we had the same class together, and there was this one professor who was always like, "There's so much mumbo jumbo."
He was funny
going.
though.
It was funny, but like nobody would laugh. Me and Jenny would be the ones that are like,
I know. We were like cackling in that class, and everybody was like.
But then he would hear us laugh, and then he would like
he
would either keep laughing or laugh louder, or he would like add on to it.
Like, come on, this is history, not a stand-up comedy show. Come on now.
But he was so funny. He was
Do professors allow you to use AI or no?
No,
they don't. Some swear they will check, but I don't think they check sometimes, or I don't think they'll care. One time though, are we allowed to talk about like copyright?
Yeah.
Because one time,
I think so.
There's like a system where like.
What'd you say it's AI?
Yeah, it was AI. This part of the clip. So I did a PowerPoint, and I basically lent April. It was like the same exact assignment. So I lent April like the format of it, and she kind of did it off that format. And as soon as she turned it in, they detected like 100% copyright, and I was like, oh. oh shit, delete that, delete that, delete
Wait,
that.
wait. So she what happened? You were the ChatGPT for her.
Yeah, I was her ChatGPT.
I remember
So
like,
it wasn't
I didn't-
AI though.
No, it wasn't AI. It was like what I did, and I was like, okay, just go based off of this, like, cause it's the same exact thing. And I was like, it was like it's cause it'll do like in the next day, and I was like, just do it like this, or like change up the words, or like and it detected like the same exact thing, and I was like, what the hell, bro?
I remember them telling me this,
But she
and
changed it up, and like she was good.
I was like, you guys are so dumb. Like, why would you guys think that's okay? You guys are going to the same exact school.
Okay, bro, but that was my
Like,
work.
so
I want to let it to her.
And I was like, both of y'all can get in trouble for that. Like, you can get kicked out of school for that.
Yeah, they could kick you out.
Yeah.
No, but the funny thing though is they be using AI to detect if there is AI. Like, you're contradicting yourself.
Oh, so they get to use AI.
Yeah, they get
but
to use
you
AI to
guys
detect
can't.
the AI. Like, you should be able to, detect your AI with your own eyes. Like, that's on you, bro. You didn't know your students. Don't be using AI if we can't use AI.
I can actually detect when somebody uses AI, even if it's like a blog post or something anything that's written, I can detect it right away. Just
Like,
by the
by
way it's structured, without me even having to read it.
That's the AI guru right there.
Yeah.
How can you tell?
There's like probably like 5 different like telltale signs.
Yeah.
One of them is the extended hyphen.
Oh yeah, they always put that.
Oh,
I don't know why AI does that, but they do the extended hyphen. I'm like, no human does that. No, that was kind of like the gist of it. Like, being able to detect AI is getting harder and harder. But I think when it comes to writing specifically, it's kind of easy to tell when somebody uses AI.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like, the last 10 years or, ever since the iPhone kind of became a thing, maybe even the BlackBerry, we started communicating in different formats. Like, our sentence structure is not the way it used to be when, before you guys were born.
Mm-hmm.
Our sentence structures were different, and it was easier to. I mean, it's not that it was easier. It was, easier to like have a standardized system of communicating. But ever since like texting became a thing and like commenting and like.
Do you mean like LOL?
Yeah, all those other acronyms and all the, not only that, but like, it's just in the way that people communicate. It's weird. It's there's people that just use emojis for almost everything.
Oh yeah, they even make apps like that where they put emojis and then you have to guess what it's trying to say. Have you played those games or no?
Yeah. I play like half of my friends use emojis, so I'm like trying to always figure out what the hell are they saying. Like, what you fucking mean? What is that?
Like
I've never seen this emoji before.
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are fun though.
Yeah, no, they're fun. Don't get me wrong, but like, anyways, the point is like, humans don't communicate the way ChatGPT communicates or AI communicates.
Oh, it's different.
ChatGPT AI is very proper at the standard version. You can obviously make it do what you want to do, right? So you can say,
make it less,
make it sound like
formal.
These 5 different threads of text messages. I want it to sound like that, and then it's gonna make it do.
I'll be like, make it sound more like a high school student with less formal vocabulary, please.
Dumb it down a little.
Everything. Take off some commas. No, this might be a little off topic, but it's funny because I don't know for y'all's generation, but for our generation, like our texting. So we'll text in lowercase, and when we are maturing, is starting to like text with the first letter capitalized.
Or I hate this so much. But
No, you have to repeat that. I lost it.
Okay, so like when we're texting, how like some people text like with the caps and the period and everything. Us Gen Zs, we swear that we would text like everything lowercase, like including the first word. But then like when we mature, we get
settings, older.
We go to settings and we turn on like the auto capitalize back again, and then like we just let it auto capitalize now.
Yeah, I remember doing that I turned off my capitalization, and so everything was just lowercase. And if I needed, like, you would have to like manually, press up. Yeah.
One extra step.
Yeah, but the one thing I've never done is not use periods, and some people do not use
I
periods.
use commas and stuff.
People don't use periods or commas or anything, and they send like a whole paragraph. And
Amory does that.
I'm like, what am I? It's hard to read because it's like you don't even know when the sentence ends. Like, well, for me, it's hard. 'Cause I'm like, what the heck?
But that's a telltale sign that it's actually a human you're communicating with.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe.
No
But I can only imagine, like, if I ever get a message with it capitalized from you guys, be like, oh my God, my son's an adult. He grew up. Gracias a Dios.
I literally saw a TikTok. They were like, it was like I've matured, and they went like they showed a screenshot of them on settings turning on like the auto capitalize, and I'm like, bro, he's beautiful. I'm like, that's crazy that everyone thinks like that though.
It's a what's it called? Like we're all like synced.
We're all interlinked.
Yeah.
What was interesting to me is how the older generation, like you guys are Gen Z, I'm a millennial, and then the baby boomers, they've adapted better than I would have imagined. Like my mom and my dad, they communicate more. They're better communicators through the iPhone, like whether it's iMessage, they know how to use WhatsApp, iMessage. You know, they know how to share videos. You know,
FaceTime. They know how to do the Apple TV when you connect the
share screen.
the share screen.
Like mirror your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to use, and they're very like effective in the way they use the tools. They don't have a lot of technology, but they know how to use all parts of the technology seamlessly in what they want to do.
Yeah, she told me the other day that she was using Facebook to boost the ads for the salon. I was like, I didn't even know she knew that.
Yeah, no,
I was like, damn.
My mom's a beast though. Like my mom's probably an exception,
lady.
but yeah.
She told me to create an Instagram account for her Videos Palace.
Did
she
you?
like post these pictures and put a song, like party song, and I'm like, okay, you know, like I got you.
Yeah.
And I did it. I don't know if she ever posted again in there because she usually uses Facebook, right? But I made her an Instagram.
I mean, I don't know if it's because I don't know a lot of old people, but I feel like our grandparents I feel like they know more than other grandparents.
Hey, bro,
like they're very in tune with like social media.
Yeah.
Like you said, more than you would think. Or like would
but I feel like a lot of it comes from their love to us because they're always trying to keep they're always trying to stay in track of what we're doing or what we're interested in, and like they'll ask us questions about that, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with technology too.
Yeah.
So it helps them keep up to it. Keep up with it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't understand like how, for example, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know about TikTok so much, but my point. Let me say my point, and then I'll come back to this. But these apps actually allow you to develop relationships with people that you don't see every day. And in the past, it wasn't like that. In the past, like you would not see people ever again. Like after high school, you wouldn't see the people. Oh, okay. Or if like let's say a relative, you would have a phone call with him. Maybe my dad would talk about how he would spend like a lot of his money to call his parents in Mexico. Like when he first moved to the U.S., like he would use a lot of his actual income to like buy these prepaid long distance international cards where he would make these phone calls, and he had like 10 minutes to talk to his dad or 20 minutes. But that was the only way of communication. So yeah, so it was very, very, very powerful.
Did it die?
Huh?
Did it die?
Yeah, it died.
Grandma, well, I guess you guys, but grandma and grandpa, they didn't know, or like they're the last generation to not know what like social media or the internet is. Like after that, it's just gonna be everyone's gonna know like technology, and then they're not gonna know life without it. Cause like I remember when I was little, there was like the flip phones, and then like the little iPod, or it was like chunky, right? Or the little, what is it called? Was it an iPod? The one that was just for music?
Yeah, it was an iPod.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
And then you had the OG, the first iPad. You had it, the first ever iPad.
Yeah, I remember the iPad. Yeah. It was freaking humongous.
I would always see you walking with it everywhere. Like, yeah. But it was the first OG iPad. I bought it with my first, when I opened up Digital Republic, the first client that I got. I think they paid me like, I don't know, like $10K or something like that.
Oh my God.
And I used $1,600 to buy 2 iPads. One was for me and one was for Carlos. But I was never actually using this. So like, that's when I like, here, you can have this one.
Oh, like, so yeah, I can someone remember not really growing up with technology or like YouTube, but then like now we have all of our little cousins, and that's all they know, or like all they do. Or you see all like a bunch of little kids, like when I go out to eat and they're just there. Like yesterday at the park, that actually made me sad, because I was running and there was like this family, and there was a little kid, and he probably looked like 4 years old, 4 or 5, and he was on the phone like literally like this the whole time, just walking.
So the kid was stuck to the phone.
Yes, he was stuck to the phone, and I literally had to maneuver myself around him because he didn't even bother looking up. Every time I had to, like, it was his family and it was a bunch of them, so it was like kind of hard like to go around. But him, it's like he kind of like, I don't know, he would just like, he was walking side to side and with the phone like right here, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, your parents, like, the reason you're here at the park is to get off the phone, and you're there looking down, like not even 5 inches away from your face. I was like, oh, poor kid.
Yeah, it's some form of like addiction at a young age. But it's funny that you say that he was like roaming around because he probably has like a sixth sense already where he can just, he knows how to walk. He knows how to walk and get by by looking down.
Guys. Also, I was like, that's really dangerous.
Imagine you like fall into a puddle.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back real quick before we move forward. One of the things I wanted to mention before we stop talking about AI influencers is that Google released a new AI generative app or software tool. Mm-hmm. It's called VEO3. Have you seen that?
VEO3. Does it create videos?
Basically, it creates videos, yes.
Like AI videos?
What did you just tell us about that? What was it called?
Like you would type in a prompt and then it creates videos for you? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So it's like another like Midjourney?
It's like Midjourney, yes. Midjourney is more for photography, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Or photos or images. This is for specifically videos, but it already includes the sound in it.
That's goated.
Oh.
So if you watch the videos, the videos that have been made recently, man, they're kind of creepy. Like they're
real.
They're very
like on point.
I don't think I've seen any.
They're on point, yeah.
But like, does it cost money to make these, or is like you have a limit on how many you could do a day type thing?
Yeah, well, there's different tiers to subscribe, but ideally, like the future of filmmaking and any type of content, video content, looks completely different now than it used to look. Like to be able to create some of these, either whether it's animations or sets, or if you want to add B-roll to one of your shots or whatever, you can now use this to
do that for you.
Yeah, to create the video. So, anyways, we should do a whole episode on reviewing these videos because it's actually super cool.
And it's wild because it takes away the whole thing of like copyright, right? So like, let's say you make a prompt and then you get a video and then you use it like for your YouTube video or something, you won't get copyrighted for it.
Yeah, like
you won't have to go out and get your own footage.
It's never the same. Like every video that it generates is never the same. I mean, from what I've experienced.
What do you mean it's never the same?
Like you put it could be the same prompt, but each image or each video is always different.
Oh, different.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, no, but there's ways to so yes and no. Like that used to be the thing where like everything's kind of different, but now as like time has passed over the last year and a half, you can now control like the outcome as so it'll be to the point where you can get exactly
what you asked for. Okay. Well, that's even better because you don't have to retype things a million times then.
Well, especially with like characters. For example, with Midjourney V7, you can upload your like photo of you, like a photo of you, and and then put a prompt, and it'll give you the version of you each time because it can use your like whatever you gave it to create that character you're creating. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Interesting to be able to play with this. I don't even know what main character syndrome is, so let's talk about that.
So I feel like I don't really even know too, but I have an idea and I have like I see it and it's like it's weird. So main character syndrome. So main character syndrome, I feel like it got brought to life mostly by TikTok, where people really want to romanticize their life, which is okay, right? Like you romanticize your life, you do these things, but like at what point is it enough? Because some people will take it too far, where they're like, they use the excuse of but it's like my main character moment to like excuse some of their actions, like they're letting their reality get distorted because they're like, oh, I'm in a movie, I'm main character.
Oh, like they justify their actions.
Yeah, for example, like how sometimes we want Jazzy to like just get off the bench and just go start playing.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, like, there was this show called Forever. This guy in the show actually literally did that. They wouldn't, like, he was a really good player. I'm not saying the situation's the same, but he was a really good player, and he just got off the bench and started playing and started going off. Like, he didn't even ask to be, he just went in the game. Like, he didn't care. And I was like, dang, like, that's what we want Jazzy to do. Like, just imagine if Jazzy did that in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but it's my main character moment. Let me go in there.
That would be that'd be like cool to look at though.
But
would be
syndrome
cool.
is like what? So is it like it completely takes over their life and they start
like
doing that
complete-
all the time?
Yeah, like, it started out as, oh, romanticize your life to make, like, the small things or, like, the things you
Basically
don't
to
appreciate,
just-
like,
yeah.
make them beautiful, like, or you're going on a walk, like, oh, look at
To
the
show
tree.
gratitude.
Yeah, show your gratitude. But some people would take it, like, out of hand, and they will just,
I feel like their ego just takes over.
yeah,
Like it keeps feeding their
they'll
ego.
feed their ego or create, like, a new alter ego, and it's like, bro, calm down. Like we said, to romanticize your life, but you really think, like,
I was
you're in a
telling
movie
Jordan
So
right
it
now.
becomes a bad thing.
Yeah.
A good thing becomes a bad thing. Is that what you're saying? So
Yeah.
first it's a good thing,
Mhm.
and then it becomes
Yeah, I feel
worse
like
over
it all
time.
starts with, like, okay, you're prioritizing yourself, and, like, I'm the main character. It's my life. I gotta make these decisions to, like,
yeah.
benefit me. And then, like, I guess you get too like deep in that, or, like, you dive too deep in that, and it's like, okay, now I gotta make this decision because like, I made this decision earlier to keep benefiting the outcome. I don't know.
So you're just being selfish, basically.
Yeah, you start being selfish. I feel like they'll see, like, the actions of someone in a show, and they'll think, like, okay, but this character's okay. Everyone likes this character, but, like, that's a show. Like, and they'll do, like, certain like, they'll pick up certain traits of that character. They'll, like, start trying to do things, like, that resemble that character, and it's like, bro, you're not in a movie. Like,
you're not in
you
the
calm down. This
there
is
was
the
this
reality.
there was this guy that was working at McDonald's,
Mhm.
and he said something about, like, he quit, and he recorded himself outside McDonald's, and he made, like, a challenge, like, if XYZ happens, I'll run into the McDonald's in my car.
Like, they do
So he literally did that. He ran to McDonald's, crashed into it, and then he went on the run. They were looking for him, and every day he was posting in different cities, and, like,
What?
Like,
yeah,
Who's
he,
this
guilty
guy?
list?
yeah, like he
No
was just, like,
guilt.
he was on the run, like, he was wearing a mask. He went to different cities and trying, different. I guess of his followers were, like,
True.
aiding him, like, hey, you can stay at my place or whatever.
What?
And there was a whole series of videos, where like 30, 40 videos of this
Basically
guy
was
on the
living life
run.
after that.
No way.
Came out on the news and everything. And
See,
then
like-
he finally turned himself in,
Mhm.
and a few days later he did it again.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, the people were feeding his main character moment of quitting his job. You say he quit his job?
Yeah, he quit his job.
He quit his job. Okay, like, that's a movie thing. Running into the damn McDonald's, like, and then the people feeding into his main character delusions. Like, oh yeah, come on. That actually reminded me of, there was this now famous Walmart worker. She really had her main character moment. I feel like this one was more innocent, but she really had her main character moment because she was like, my name is Gail or
Oh,
Gally.
Gil,
Gail,
yeah.
it's like, I've been working at Walmart for like however many years,
Like
like 14
20.
years, 20 years. I don't know how many years.
Good? Attention Walmart. This is Gail Lewis, 10-year associate, Morris, Illinois, 844. Signing out. Good night.
She's like, this is my last time here. This is me signing off. And she just, like, bawling cries out.
That was sweet
And
though.
she became a whole meme, but, like,
Yeah.
she was really having her main character moment at Walmart.
So it's cool to have the main character moment, but
Yeah,
then
it's a- Don't abuse it. Like,
don't change your entire
like, life is not actually a movie. Like, it's a reality.
Mhm.
So don't do things that will put you in situations where only, like, movies, like, have those type of situations.
Where they can have like those outcomes.
Yes. It's like, that's why it's a movie. It's not real. Unless it's based on a true story, it's not real.
yeah.
But yeah, people get carried away.
Nah, we're living in such a weird way of, like, I guess educating yourself used to be like from your parents,
Mm-hmm.
your teachers, maybe a mentor, and then
Books.
books, yeah. But now it's like you're scrolling. You saw that you talking about that little kid earlier that's scrolling on his phone all day. He's learning from random people all over the world.
Yup.
Yeah.
He's developing these
But these people
ideas,
get brain rot.
right? He's technically programming his mind from such randomness. And I believe in this thing where like once there's some things that you should probably not see. Like it doesn't benefit you to see or listen to or watch.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch like scary movies or like I try my best to not look at things that there's no like positive outcome from it, or not even like pleasure or entertainment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of influencers online that not necessarily have the best intentions for what they're creating. And nobody's perfect, obviously, but you got to be careful who you listen to. You got to really be careful who you follow and who you take advice from, because I think it could really like impact your reality. Like you said, it's not
also
a movie.
Because like everyone has had different experiences or stories, so like their outlook on everything can be very different from like the situation you are in.
Mm-hmm.
But you could be thinking like, oh, I have to do it, like think that way or act that way because that's what they did and look how they are right now. They're okay. But like, no, everybody's in a different situation. Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like this generation. I feel like me personally, like just maybe because I'm so close to you guys that I feel like you guys are more open minded than I even was at your age.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you guys look at the world is completely different than the way I used to look at the world at your age. I'm talking about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's the way we grew up and the way we saw like what was available for us was completely different. And let me explain what I mean by that. So when I was growing up, there was like 3 or 4 different professions that you would consider like, oh, this is what you can do. Right? And there was really nobody, like there was no influencers or like social media type personalities that would show you a way of doing anything else besides the people around you. So if your dad was like a carpenter, guess what you would think you would be? Become a carpenter. If your dad was a mechanic, you'd be a mechanic. But then there was like, because we live in the border, there was like the whole, which is still going on, the whole drug trade. And the cartels were like, hey, you can come work for us too. So that was like another option. Like, oh, but if I don't do this, if I don't do that, this is like the other plan. And that was it. Those were like, and then, so for me, like me wanting to become a filmmaker felt like so far fetched. It felt like almost impossible to become what I became.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really opened my eyes was Robert Rodriguez. He had at the end of every film, he had this thing called the 10-minute film school. And he would teach you how he would make his films. And I had heard like he had made his first film for $7,000. And I was like, damn, if he was able to do it, then I can do it too.
Yeah.
So like, but that was like, if
it took a lot.
That might have saved my life, technically, I would say, but you guys have access to more of that because you can see the way other people are creating life, like, careers out of things that like, even from launching your own business or whatever that is, you guys are more open-minded to all the things of the world, and which is good. But and going back to the point that you were making earlier, it also has negative like things that come from it, because if you don't understand how to use these technologies, these platforms, it might affect the way you behave socially, or it might behave the way you think about things, especially at a young age when you're still developing your mind. So, it's interesting the way it's going to play out. I don't know. It's what it is. It's a social experiment happening in real time.
Yeah.
Like we are the guinea pigs of the way these technologies and platforms actually,
and I think
affect us.
I've seen a lot on TikTok how I guess like parents, like newer, like I think parents that are like my age or like still in their 20s, a lot of them say how they're not gonna give their kids, or they don't like the idea of giving their kids like a tablet while they're like eating. And I feel like because they've seen what it does to like teenagers, like kids who are like younger than me, where they grew up like that, they see what it's done to them. And they just don't want that to happen with their own kids, where they're like socially awkward and they don't know how to communicate because all they've ever known is like just, oh, you're bored, go play on the iPad. Oh, you're mad, just get on your phone, ignore people. Like, so, which I think is, what's it called? Like, it's good that we're learning, like, slowly. So, yeah.
Like learning what?
Well, because I was saying, like, how we're the guinea pigs and how, like, I feel I've already seen people, like, parents, like, new parents, like I said, that where they don't want their kids like that. Like, just take the phone, go away. Like, just so they won't bother you.
Okay.
So they won't be, like, annoying.
Yeah.
So,
I might have to do that. I'm playing.
No,
like,
and
go away.
I think for the most part, there's obviously like pros and cons from everything.
Yeah.
You know, and on the pros, like back then, if you were getting like, say, let's say you didn't have any friends at school, you're getting bullied. Well, nowadays you can go online and find friends like on Minecraft or Fortnite or on Instagram or whatever. You know, back then you didn't. But on the flip side is like right now, you know, you could get bullied at school and then also on social media. Like you go home, you're still getting bullied, you know, and
like damn, the one was like.
And I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those things where we're gonna look back, you know, in 20 years and look at this era and be like, damn, people were kind of crazy and dumb, and the way they use these platforms, very unconscious.
Because that's just rude. Because what do you mean, like, you're gonna bully someone online? Like, say it to their face at least. That's just like, you're just vicious for that.
The TikTok comments they're like ruthless.
Oh
but
my
also
god!
like
they're
like post this on Instagram. Post this on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Instagram comments are like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun. Like now they added these little like a photo feature where you could comment photos on like a post.
On Instagram?
Yeah. No, on TikTok.
Oh.
And it adds so much to the video. I don't know. It's
yeah.
so funny.
Like there was this girl who recently she went viral. I don't know if you saw it, but she's like, get ready with me to go on a date with Fine Shite. And she's like, like,
what do you mean?
What does that
You've
mean?
never seen that one?
No.
Well, basically, people
no clue you're talking about.
Oh, Fine Shite. It's like, oh, how do you explain that?
Wait, you don't know what Fine Shite is, or
no?
what?
I don't. Explain it. Explain this to me.
Explain it, Jenny.
Fine Shite is like someone who's like attractive, like, oh, like he's fine, like
It's fine shit. My
Yeah.
fine shit.
yeah.
But they say shite now.
No
Yeah.
wonder I get those comments all the time.
Oh, really?
Now I know.
Fine shite. You
Yeah.
get type out? I'm starting to turn like into the older people because Jazzy kept saying Saibao, and I'm like, what the hell is that, bro? I was like, Saibao, and I thought
So
it
what does
meant
that
side eye, but it means shut your bitch ass up. But they're like, you say something like, bro, stop talking, Saibao. I'm like, what is that, bro?
I don't know.
Like, what is that?
I thought chopped was like new, but apparently it's not.
Chopped? You're so chopped.
Yeah, I'm like,
What does that mean again?
Like you're ugly,
Oh,
like you're unattractive.
I get that one too.
Stop. That's so mean.
Do you guys ever get the this? Like they just do this to you?
What's that even
No.
mean?
Like, give me your debit card.
No. Jazzy.
They just like they don't even say anything. They just look at you like like what does that mean? They're like debit card. I'm like, God damn,
Wait.
get out of here.
Hey, what are y'all's thoughts on tipping at like 7 Brew or Starbucks? Or, like those places? Cause they you like pay and then they give you the iPad. They're like, it's just gonna ask you a question right here, and they're like,
Tip? No, thank you.
I'm like, man, you just took my order. That's all you did. You're not even making the coffee.
No, okay.
No, but they give it to the barista though.
Oh, I always put like $1 or something.
Yeah, they give it to the barista.
Don't
so
think I'm heartless or nothing.
yeah, they
I
don't.
put, like, $1.
The cashier is the cashier, right?
Yeah.
But the barista is the one getting the tips.
Oh, okay, good. I was just like,
Yeah.
because I think at Sambra I put $1 already like so many times, or like
Wait,
twice. I've been like twice.
Back to the cyberbullying.
Oh,
So the girl, she was like, get ready with me to go with Fine Shine. And she like overreacts. Like she does like, and people like, you know how they do the little sticker thing, the photo stickers, and they got it and they kept commenting that. And they're like,
like
the
of her face.
Of her face.
Oh, okay.
And
Like
in the
they posted
comment,
in her like her like a funny face of her, and they posted in the comments.
yeah, and they're like, and in the comments were like, dude, we just normalized cyberbullying because everybody was literally like just commenting mean things. I'm
It's
like, oh
funny.
my
It's
gosh,
funny.
like poor girl.
Not that that's funny, but like the other, like the pictures are funny. Like recently there was like Lizzo, the artist. You know Lizzo?
Yeah, nope.
You don't know Lizzo?
No, I don't.
Well, she makes music. You know Lizzo, right?
Yeah, I know Lizzo.
and she came out with like a remix to a song with Whammy, and like everyone loved it so much, and all the comments are just like little pictures of people vibing, and they're so funny. We need to insert some pictures here because I can find that right now. Like she posted her doing this. Oh, you can't hear it. But all the comments, they're like.
Just put it on. Just do the edit on the edit. Yeah.
I want to show you. Look.
Oh yeah.
You see them?
Mm-hmm.
Little people reacting to the music. Like, what is that?
Jordan, that's so nasty.
This
one with the tongue out. Like.
It's bad.
La Wendy, right? That's Wendy.
What platform do you guys use the most? Like
TikTok.
TikTok?
TikTok. Have you seen it in there?
No, I haven't. I don't have TikTok. Well, I do have TikTok. I just don't use it.
What does chuz mean?
Chopped huz, so chopped hose.
Oh, okay. See, that was another word that I didn't know. I'm like, what is a chuz?
Bro, he's chuz. They're chuz. We're the chuz, the chopped hose. Meaning the
I have no clue.
The ugly hose. So the hoes are laughing?
You see, like, AI would never type that out.
Yeah.
Unless you ask it to, of course.
Unless you create an AI
Yeah.
that just talks like humans.
But yeah, I feel old too because I didn't know what Cyber was.
She's millennial. Every time I see a little joke or something, she's like, what? But like, why? What do you mean? I'm like, bro. It's been for a long time already.
But I literally said this before. I'm not that in tune with today's culture. Like, it's hard for me.
I could tell.
She has like a 1970s algorithm.
They're like all motivational quote videos. Someone running.
Shut up.
She follows old people.
I don't.
She follows older ladies. Right?
No, I follow like gym influencers.
They're usually
Who's your favorite influencer right now?
Ooh, I think Haley Fernandez.
Haley Fernandez?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Haley. Tell me about her.
Well, she recently blew up on TikTok, but she's super, what's it called? She's very like positive, and I think in my past I've been very
Negative?
like not okay with that, but also the way I would motivate myself was like in a negative way. Like it was like harsh motivation, like David Goggins motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me try something else, because I was like, I don't know, like as much as it does motivate you and does want you to be better, like I don't think being mean to yourself is the answer. So I think her was like just kind of like the opposite, but still like in a very healthy way. And it like she's also just entertaining because she's.
How did she blow up? Like, what was the video?
I think the first video that I saw of her like blowing up was like a transformation video.
What about you? What about you, Jordan? Who's your favorite influencer right now?
I can't think of one.
Favorite personal brand, YouTuber, whatever, anything.
I actually can't think of one. I was scrolling right now to look for one, but I don't know. But I really like unhinged people.
Unhinged?
Yeah, not like disrespectful one. Okay, sometimes disrespectful. Like the other day, I was watching this random ass girl. I don't even know who she was, but she was like, she wasn't even that famous. Like she had followers, but like, it's funny because she was acting like she was putting like 1 billion people on. After that video, I guess she did. But the video was her like, if y'all ever come to the store, get this bag of chips, and they're the Flaming Hot Limon Doritos, so they're like the Flamas. Mm-hmm. She's like, they taste just like the purple ones, but these are better. Don't ever tell me I didn't put your bitch ass on. And then she like called the people the hard N word. And then the comments are like, what did you call me? Like, what is she? And then they were like, me? But like videos like that always crack me up. All right, guys, so let us know who is your favorite influencer at the moment. Give us a funny story of them. And that's going to be it for today. Next time, we'll bring you some more cool topics. So thank you for tuning in today with the three beans on a pot.